We've all been there. In the wreck, either by yourself or like me, I came into this game with one of my boys. Shout out my guy Hedge, man. He's a subscriber, and we went into the wreck, just us two, and got matched up in the squad wreck. As you guys can see, I'm on my Scoot Henderson build, man, averaging 30 points a game, y'all. And the randoms on my team, everybody else is barely touching double digits, man. So you would think that they want me to have the ball, but you guys are going to see how these randoms get jealous, man, and what to do when that happens. But first, the verse of the video: be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth, y'all. That's Psalm 46, man. But the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, y'all. Make sure to give God his credit, give God his glory, man, because he will be exalted. He has the name above all names, Lord Jesus Christ, man. And it's the most important thing to have relationship with him. Okay, but you guys see the very first play of the game, I'm passing to the randoms. He's missing wide open layups. Okay, it's cool. It is what it is. I'm not going to trip off the first play. Here's a tip for random wreck. If you're the point guard running with randoms, always start out pass first. Okay, you see I tried to dot him on the cut. It was kind of contested. I just threw it anyway. Okay, at the beginning of the game with randoms, you always want to pass the ball just so that people don't start selling, people don't start crying. Okay, so like I said, I always start out pass first. And now look, this right here is a perfect example of what happens with bad randoms. You see how even though I'm looking to pass, he kind of stops and hesitates because he stopped cutting. He stopped right in the middle of the lane for no reason. That's what got me that turnover, man. And you guys can see we're down 7-0 in the first minute, right? But this is what happens when you're with jealous randoms. You guys see, even though I start out passing the ball, they want to hit his boy, right? They want to hit the other guy to run guard. So at this point in the game, I'm not going to lie, from that play right there, that was my third strike. When I hop in with randoms, I go by the 3-strike rule. Okay, you guys saw I start out passing, but the first 3 times I passed, nothing good happened. All right, and then they wanted to start playing buddy ball, let the small forward run point. At that point, I was like, okay, cool, I'm done passing. And sometimes with randoms, that's just what you got to do, man. You have to be able to get your own bucket. You have to be able to score. Look at this. Because that random cut, he missed out on the wide open 3. If he would have just stood still in the corner, it would have been a wide open 3. But we end up with me having to take a tough shot. And like I said, man, I'm just a dog at this game, so I'm cool with scoring. I'm definitely a score-first player. But when you're dealing with randoms and they don't know what to do, like a lot of people love to say, oh, point guard, you need to pass the ball. Point guard has to be pass first. You shouldn't be a score-first guard. But at the end of the day, especially in a random wreck, man, so many players, they don't know how to space the floor. They don't know how to get open. They don't know what to do when they are open. You can pass them the ball, you know what I'm saying, and they don't know what to do with the ball once they get it. Okay, so it's a lot of just low IQ activity that happens in the random wreck. And when that happens as a guard, bro, you have to be able to score. You have to be able to take over. And especially when they're doing that buddy ball stuff, when they're on that buddy ball tip, man, at this point I was like, okay, cool, I'm going to just run the shooting guard. Like I said, you guys see he's hitting the small forward to bring up the court. At that point, I'm like, okay, bet, I'm not the point guard no more. If they don't want me to bring it up the court, that's cool, man. I'll run the shooting guard, and I'll just be the guard that scores this game. That's the mentality that you got to have with these jealous wreck randoms, man. Because, like I said, people will see that you average 30 points a game, and they get jealous. They don't want to hit you. And stuff like this happens to me on multiple builds, y'all. I have multiple builds that are averaging 30 plus. One of my builds, y'all, my Jerry West build, I literally averaged 55 in the wreck. And people get jealous. They don't want to hit you. They want to ice you out just so that they can force bad shots. Like, look at this. I don't care that he made this. Y'all tell me, was that a good play? Like, was that a high IQ play? I really don't care that he made that moderate layup, okay? It's just kind of fluky, man. But like I said, a lot of randoms, they get jealous. They don't like it when you score, but they don't get open for you to pass. They obviously don't want you to pass because they're not getting open, they're not spacing the floor, they're not catching and shooting, so they don't want you to pass, but they don't want you to score neither. And it's just sad to me the toxicity that goes on in the random rec. And especially if you go in with just one or two and you're playing like that buddy ball rec, to me that's even more toxic than just the regular solo rec. So anytime you're hopping in like that, y'all, you just have to be prepared and you have to be ready for what comes with it, y'all. You guys are going to see what happens with these randoms, man. I have one assist, but it's not for lack of trying. Okay, you guys see I've been trying to pass the ball. I missed a couple passes, or I almost got a couple turnovers off the passes, but I'm still trying to pass the ball. I'm not necessarily icing the team out, but it feels like every time I pass the ball, bad things happen. Every time somebody else has the ball, bad things happen, right? So this was a great little give and go pass back by the random. It's little stuff like that, man, that can show who has IQ and who doesn't. All right, it was maybe one of those randoms that had decent IQ and the other two were just on that buddy ball. Okay, but it's little stuff like that when you're playing with randoms. You can't take it too serious, man. You kind of just have to go in with a grain of salt. Because especially when I'm on my 6'10", that's my favorite build to use in the random rec. It just shows you what this 2K community really thinks, how they really think, and just the ego and toxicity is crazy in random rec. Especially this year, I feel like it's gotten more and more toxic as the years have gone on. But 2K25 solo rec has got to be some of the most toxic, egotistical, just crazy randoms that I've ever seen in my life, man. And you guys, you got to be careful, y'all. Don't go into game chat and random rec, y'all, because a lot of these guys in random rec, they're real deal killers, y'all. Like real internet thugs, man, real gangsters that will really kill you in random rec, okay? They've caught multiple bodies. They're real deal gangsters and thugs. I'm talking about internet killers out here in the random rec. So be careful, y'all, when you go into game chat. You don't want to run into the wrong cat. Otherwise, he might punch your lights out. Okay, but you guys can see I'm scoring efficiently. I have almost 30 points at halftime. And sometimes that's just what you have to do in random rec, man. It feels like every time they get the ball, bad things happen. You see they're missing. They're forcing bad layups and stuff. The power forward was doing decent, all right? I would say he was the best one. But you guys see, I'm the player of the half. Scoot Henderson build. I got 26-1 at half efficiently. A lot of people, they complain, well, how are you a point guard? You only have one assist. Understand, y'all, your main job as a point guard is to run the offense. Sometimes running the offense looks like taking all the shots. And that's just a cold, hard truth that a lot of people don't want to accept, man. Sometimes the best play as a point guard is for you to shoot. Especially if the people on your team are showing you that when they get the ball, they're not going to score with it. They're not going to do nothing with it. The best play is for you to score. Okay, that's why in 2K you have to be a score first guard. If you really want to be an elite point guard, you have to be score first, man. It's okay to be a passer. There's nothing wrong with passing the ball. There's nothing wrong with being a playmaker. But as a guard, if you're playing competitively, if you're playing against good teams, you have to be able to get a bucket, y'all. Because sometimes, like I said, the best play is for you to call your own number. It's just like real life. Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. And he's a shoot first, score first player. Right? So it doesn't make sense. It would be like if the randoms, let's compare this to the Golden State Warriors, right? I'm scoring a 30 ball efficiently every game, shooting efficiently every game. That would be like if Draymond was like, yo, Curry, pass me the ball so I can ISO. Look at this play too. Look, the random, he gets a steal and he gets a ball into the basket from below. I've never seen that off a steal. It's just crazy. I had to go ahead and show that twice, y'all. He goes for the ball. He's in the lane getting the steal. And he gets a ball into your basket from below, y'all. It's crazy. The momentum, RNG, engagement, optimization of this game. Just look at this clip. I mean, this is 4 plays in a row. 4 plays in a row, we tip the ball. 4 times in a row, we get a tip animation instead of just grabbing the steal. Some of this stuff in this game is crazy. But like I said, it would be like if Steph Curry's on your team, why do you want Draymond Green calling ISO? If Steph Curry's on the team, why would he pass the ball to Podziemski, talking about Poz, go ISO and get a bucket, man? And stuff like this is crazy. You see, they don't want me to run point. They want the other guy to run point. So at this point, I'm already cool with it. I'm like, bet, I'm going to just run the shooting guard. I don't even care to bring the ball up. But look, They want the ball so bad just so they can force tight contest layups. Stuff like that doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't you just pass to Steph Curry, the guy that's shooting lights out with 30? Why wouldn't you just give him the ball? Instead, it's almost like that one play that made KD leave Golden State. Comment down below if you guys know the play I'm talking about. It was game on the line. Draymond Green got the rebound, and he looks at KD, and KD is calling for the ball like, let me ISO for game, let me ISO for game. KD is calling for it. And Draymond decided that he wanted to grab the rebound and go coast to coast. So Draymond Green grabs the board, dribbles down court, and ends up getting ripped, and they lose the game because of that, y'all. It's little stuff like that that just shows you the IQ and the ego level of these randoms, man. And honestly, sometimes you just have to deal with it and accept it. There are certain games where the randoms are selling so bad, okay? Like even just stuff like this, you see they're still they're still playing buddy ball, you know what I'm saying? But there are certain games where the randoms will play buddy ball really bad, and they'll call timeouts, and they'll stand out of bounds and get offensive 3-second. Okay, it's really bad buddy ball in this random rec sometimes. And when stuff like that happens and the team clearly doesn't want to win, sometimes the best thing you can do is just sell with them. You have to go into random rec with a grain of salt, y'all. Not everybody wants to win. Most people in the 2K community, this is a hard pill to swallow, but if you play enough random rec, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. The majority of players in the 2K community, they don't actually want to win. They just want to be the reason for the win. Okay, most players, they don't want to play winning basketball. They don't want to make the right play. They just want to shoot. They just want to score. They just want to force dunks, force layups. And that's just the sad reality. Winning isn't enough for most players in random rec. And if you think I'm lying, y'all, answer this question down in the comments below. Would you rather have a Tony Snell game where you have 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks, but you win? Would you rather have 0 across the board, but you win the game? Or would you rather have a 50-point triple-double and you lose? Answer that down in the comment section, y'all, because the vast majority of players, they would rather go crazy. They would rather score a bunch and, you know what I'm saying, have the ball a lot, dribble, dribble, dribble. Most players would rather do that and lose instead of winning the game, y'all. And that's just the harsh reality of this community, man. You guys see, we ended up winning the game. Shout out my boy Hedge. Shout out these randoms. They weren't the most toxic, man. They weren't like selling or nothing. But it's just crazy when you get these jealous randoms. And I have efficient 40. People don't want to hit me, man. But like the video, y'all. Subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Let me know, y'all. You guys want to see more on this Scoot Henderson build. I have a lot of fun on this build. Let me know if you guys want me to see this, or if you guys want to see this build in Pro-Am, Proving Grounds. Just let me know. Other than that, y'all, make sure to follow Jesus Christ always. Follow God always, because he will be exalted amongst all the people. Have a blessed rest of y'all day, and peace.